Hi everyone. This is the second episode, the Pandora's Box, of the fourth season of the Divine Rhapsody. And this is your friend, Falguni. Something really inspired me today. I came across this post on Instagram today by Sean Ironhouse. He's a professional golfer. And this post really opened the Pandora's box in my head. I'll read the post to you. I'll read what exactly it said. It said that when you realize that the certainty you are looking for does not exist, you stop seeking control over the future, and instead you build trust in your ability to handle the future. Because the antidote for uncertainty isn't certainty, it's self-trust. Real confidence is not tied to an outcome. Real confidence is knowing that even if you don't get the outcome you desire, nothing is going to stop you. What it really says is that real self-confidence is in knowing that no matter what happens, you're not going to stop trying. Nothing can stop you from trying. And I think this little realization, it's so subtle, but has such resonance to it if you actually try to understand it. Such a profound meaning, so much depth to what he said in the post. You know, I've heard people say, and I've also said this before, not anymore, that I'm a good person. I don't hurt anybody intentionally, and I try to do justice to whatever is thrown at me. In whatever situation I am, I always try to do justice. Then why do I feel betrayed by life? After working so hard, trying to do good, I've come so far in life and I still don't have the things that I want, that I have dreamt of, that I wish for. Why is life so unjust? I know people who seek happiness out of hurting others. They are living their dream life. Then why am I so miserable? Well, to explain this, I have an analogy for you. Imagine a baby is asked to make a choice between $1 million mansion and a toy house. A toy house that has toy cars, it has toy kitchen, it has a toy closet, a toy bedroom, and a teddy bear and dolls inside the house. It's a beautiful, extravagant house, a toy house. What do you think the baby's going to choose? Right? It's obvious, the baby's going to choose the toy house. Why would the baby care about the $1 million house, right? Because the baby doesn't know better. The baby has limited intellect and limited experiences on this planet to understand why choosing a $1 million mansion would be so much and always better than choosing a toy house. But the baby doesn't know better. And the baby does not know the consequences of the decision that the baby is going to make right now. That the opportunity that the baby has been presented with, the baby does not understand the impact this decision is going to have on the rest of the baby's life. The baby does not understand that. So why? And then what's the whole point of complaining and feeling betrayed by life? I mean, are we the same people right now that we were as we were 2 years ago? We have changed. A lot has changed. If not externally, but internally, that's the most profound change, that's the biggest change I'm sure that has happened within us. That, the kind of change that has the most impact on how our life is today is the change that has happened within. And we cannot deny that. And definitely, in so many things, we know better now. So when we complain and we say that life has not given us what we deserve, that life owes us something, this ego mentality or this victim mentality that we have gone through so much and why we still don't have the things that we want in life, or this ego that I've paid my price and now I want my reward, that 2 + 2 is always 4, and if we do good things we go to heaven, if we do bad things we go to hell. I've played by the book, I've worked just how it says in the book. We forget that how lucky we are to have been in situations where we have absolutely no control on our life. Imagine if this baby had the control to actually completely disregard this mansion and buy this toy house. Tell me what's going to happen to the baby after 10 years or after 20 years. What is the baby going to think about what happened? That baby is going to question its parents that, where were you? I did not know better. Why did you let me do this? Why did you not take the power of choosing from me? If it was actually meant to be done by me, you could have waited a few more years, maybe 5 years or 6 years, and I could have known better. Why did you let me choose? Of course, I was naive. I was a baby. I was a child. Why did you let me choose? When you knew that it could impact my life. I could have a different life. I could have had a different life. So what I mean by this is when we say and we try to seek control over life, and life just does not let us control anything, in those moments of having no control, of helplessness, we must sit back and realize that, okay, this is a moment where I need to sit back and really learn and understand, why is this happening to me? Why do I need to go through this? What is the learning? What's the lesson in this? And, anyway, where more than one person is involved, and most of the situations in our life revolve around a lot of people. And where there are so many people involved, we must not predict the outcome. It's like running in a race where there are 4 people, you have 4 opponents. There are 5 people in this race, and there'll be 5 titles at the end of the race, right? The first position, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. But the outcomes can be so different. You don't know who's going to finish the race at the first position. You don't know who's going to be the last. But what you know is how you're going to run, how you are going to think, how you're going to push yourself, even if your knee hurts, even if you're out of breath, how you're going to finish the race. That's what you need to focus on. That's the only thing that's under your control. And that is inner work. Again, letting go of any kind of control to control your life, letting go of any ego that makes you think that you can actually control things around you, which you actually cannot. So the only thing under your control is what you do, in that moment. And when these things come in your life, when you come across these situations where you have absolutely no control on what's going on, think that, okay, I'm not supposed to control it. I'm actually supposed to work on myself. Here. This is my break from the race. Because I don't have to think that there's a race at all. I have to think, okay, what's happening around me? How is it affecting me? How is it changing to my favor? I need to look for those signs. That what exactly is happening is not just an external change. It's actually a change towards my favor. And how do we do that? We do that by doing inner work. By looking at the situation with no control. Oh my God, kids are yelling outside. Yeah, just let go of control. Like they're yelling, just have fun. Just don't control anything. I know it's tougher than said. Because, when you are in these complicated situations, your first instinct is to be proactive. Like you need to do something immediately to make it work. So then you can go ahead and choose your toy mansion. If you cannot really do that inner work that is required, if you cannot wait for things to fall into place, when you don't understand the whole point of why is this happening to you, you can go ahead and choose a toy house and live with that throughout your life. And then if you say a word about it, that's on you. That's all on you. We settle for things in life because we are conditioned in a way that you have to get this job, you have to get this much money, you have to get this car. And yeah, that's good. That's perfectly all right. But if it doesn't fulfill us, if you're still complaining, then what's the point? So I'll stop the episode here. That's my cue. I'm getting a lot of calls. That's my cue to end the episode here. And I hope you liked it. And I hope you understand what I meant by this whole thing. And why did I say that this episode is going to be the Pandora's Box? That post really opened the Pandora's Box in my head. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging on till the end of the episode. I hope you liked it. And if you have any suggestions, any feedback, please reach out to me on Instagram. I value every feedback, every suggestion. And it helps me improve my craft, helps me improve what I do. Till then, be happy, be healthy,